What is going on, Lakers family? And today we got some NBA news involving a basketball insider, Adam Zagoria, reporting on Monday afternoon that the Purple and Gold hosted a workout, including North Carolina Tar Heel player Armando Bacot and Baylor's Ray J. Dennis, and Memphis David Jones and Hofstra's Tyler Thomas. So the Lakers, they do got the 17th overall pick and the 55th overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft, and are reportedly just doing their due diligence with a number of workouts. So basically, they're just, going through the draft process and are evaluating different prospects, right? So it should be noted that none of those four were included in Bleacher Report Jonathan Wazerman's latest mock draft. So they are likely attempting to play their way into the bottom half of the second round, yet that the 55th overall pick may not even be too available when it comes to the Lakers, because Jonathan Wazerman of, Bleacher Report did project that LA to use that choice on Bronny James, who is the son of Lakers legendary superstar player LeBron James, and that he does have a player option for next season. So drafting his son, Bronny, could be something of a recruiting tool for the Lakers, but they are still going to do their homework regarding other prospects, and these workouts are just another step in that process. So the first prospect that I do want to talk about is Tar Heel player Armando Bacot. He had a really good season throughout his career over there with the Tar Heels that included 4 All-ACC selections and an ACC All-Defensive Nod. He did average a double-double of 13.9 points per game, 10.1 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks per game throughout his career. His height is like 6'10", 6'11". He does weigh about like 240 or 245 pounds, so he's an older prospect coming out of college, played fifth year as a senior, and his projected draft range is second round to undrafted. And to be honest, guys, most mock drafts don't even have him in the draft, right? So he's going to be undrafted, and there's some, pros and cons. Starting with the pros is that he's a decent low post scorer, excels in scoring and hustle plays, a tremendous rebounder, adequate defender, and a solid shot blocker, above average athlete, and he has a solid motor. So he can use his back to the basket. And then the cons, he does need to improve his face-up game, must extend his upon shooting range, does need to improve his playmaking skills, struggles to guard quicker players, not an elite athlete, right? So he's very slow in the pick and roll, has no agility, can't really move his feet laterally. And that's going to be a problem, especially when you're going up against the Lucas, the Kyries, the John Morants, the Jamal Murray's, right? So they're going to cook him. He does need to work on that in his game. And basically, there is a whole summary about him, is that he's strong. He's very mobile for his size. He's a big man. He could project to be a rotational big man in the NBA. And he could definitely score in the post. Low post scorer. He's also a very good rebounder. Has the potential to excel as an interior defender, but he'll need to improve his focus and also defend better on a consistent basis. And he'll also need to improve his face-up game, as I was saying. Now, the next prospect that I do want to talk about is Ray J. Dennis, which he did bounce some time with, other schools, Boise State, Toledo, and Baylor. He was the MAC Player of the Year in the 2022-23 college season, but still played well against elevated competition as an All-Big 12 selection during his one season with the Bears. His size is like 6'2", so he's very undersized, and he does weigh about 180 pounds, so he still needs to put on some muscle. He's a fifth-year senior, so he's an older prospect too. He's like 24 years of age, and his projected draft range is second round to undrafted, so his pros, he's a decent scorer off the dribble, which he can create off the dribble, adequate shooter, can post up smaller players, and he's a decent playmaker, adequate rebounder for his size, adequate defender, and above average athlete. And then for the cons, he's a very consistent shooter, so there'll be times where he shoots very good, and he's just red hot, right? But there'll be times where he does struggle, so that could be very consistent, and he's a spot-up shooter. He could play too widely on offense, right? So he isn't disciplined defensively, and he's not an elite athlete, and he's a bit undersized for his position, right? Now, there's a summary about Ray J. Dennis. He's an agile, skilled point guard that played for Baylor. He generally excels at attacking the hoop to score and pass the basketball, but he'll need to be a more consistent shooter and can tend to be turnover prone. Now, the next prospect that I do want to talk about is David Jones. He was an all AAC selection with Memphis this past season. His height is 6'6", weighs about like 205 pounds. So he's a senior. There are some pros that he's a decent scorer off the dribble, adequate shooter, can post up smaller players, solid rebounder for his size. Decent defender that can get steals, solid athlete. Cons just now is a good outside shooter, can tend to force the issue too much in offense. Does need to improve his playmaking skills, can be undisciplined defensively, while Tyler Thomas was a CAA Player of the Year at Hofstra, and Thomas averaged impressive 22.5 points per game during his final collegiate campaign, and will look to bring that scoring touch to the NBA level. And his size is like 6'3", and does weigh about 200 pounds. So he's a senior. He's 24 years of age. He's a bucket getter. He's not the greatest playmaker, even though I would say Ray J. Dennis is the better playmaker. Tyler Thomas, he has the physical tools to, be a very good NBA player, right? He has good size. He has the quickness. He has agility. He has the athleticism. He could be a defensive piece where he does fit more of a two guard. And that's like his natural position. Doesn't really handle the ball like that, but he's very disciplined, which is a good thing, right? He can create his own shot. He can apply pressure at the rim. Two-way player, point of attack guard. So he's a defensive guard. And Lakers fans, NBA fans in general, you guys let me know in the comment section, how do you guys feel about these, prospects that the Lakers have worked out on Monday? I appreciate the support. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you guys get notified for future Lakers content. So I know a lot of people are saying that this is supposed to be a weak draft class, but you just never know. There's always going to be those hidden gems or those, diamond in the roughs. And to be honest, even though the Lakers got the 55th overall pick, I just don't see them taking those guys. Probably going to take Bronny James, but if he's off the boards, then maybe the Lakers can, buy another draft pick in the second round like they did, last year when they got Maxwell Lewis. So who knows? Like, what is even the point of drafting them when they can just go undrafted and they can sign them to a two-way contract and hopefully ball out? But they're going to come in here, play their role. They could be nice school guys on this team. And I'm not saying that they're going to come in here and drop at least 15 or 20 points any night, but I just wanted to make this, video for you guys, my supporters, and I'm out of here. Peace.